For my Teach the Class assignment, I decided to do a website called Read Theory. It's a website based around the Common Core standards for reading and language arts, and it's a great site to help teachers help their students improve their reading abilities. So you're going to go to readtheory.org, and then you're going to go to sign up, and it's free, which is nice. And you're either going to say you're a teacher or a student. I made an account already, so I'm just going to log in. Okay, so when you get to the first page, this is normally what it'll take you to when you log in, and you can add multiple classes. So I added 2 just as an example. So I did ISTC, and I added all the students in our class. You would just go add students and create a new student account, and then type their first and last name, and you can do multiple at once, which is nice. So I added our class, and as each student gets on, it will tell me how many little reading assignments they've done and what their grade was. So go to progress reports, and this is our whole class overall. So I made an account just for myself, and I took a few practice quizzes so I could show you how this website works. So just myself, I took 6 quizzes, 83 points earned. I purposely got some wrong so I could show you. It tells me my pre-test scores and my Lexile levels, and then my average score or overall. So out of the 6 tests, those are the points I've earned, and then each question was worth a different point value. The harder the question, the more points you'll get. Overall, the quizzes I took, my grade level performance, which is nice because it tells me my pre-test over here, my pre-test grade was a 3G, 3rd grade, and then it tells me how average I've been doing. So if I've been scoring above or below, which is good for teachers to know if their students are doing better or worse and how they can accommodate them in the classroom. It tells you the Lexile level more detailed. And then this is, I think, a really important part. It tells you how well the student is doing compared to the Common Core standards. So I like how it categorizes each one, so I could better plan for instruction for students who struggle with these particular things, which is nice. This is just my results, so as a class, obviously these would look different, but overall, this is the gist of all the information it gives you. As the teacher, you can either have your tests have written responses or no. They're simple questions that it'll ask you, but it's just a good way to have students practice their computer skills and their writing and spelling, which is nice. And then real quick, I'm going to log out as the teacher and log in as the student account I made. Okay, so as the student side of it, you'll get a passage. So this is my passage. Then after you're done reading the passage, you click and it'll give you the questions, which is nice. So I have no idea what the passage said, but just say, I picked B. You could go back and check for the answer, which is nice, and then submit. Oh, so I got it wrong. So this is actually good because it tells you what you did, why you got it wrong, and then you click on the next question. And again, you can go back to the passage. So after that, you can click on information, and it just tells you the type of quiz you're taking, the Lexile level the quiz is, and kind of useless information as a student, to be honest. But it's helpful for the teacher because then they can look for assignments that are geared towards this section. Option, you could just change the text size, so this is good for students who might have bad eyes. You can tell your personal progress, which is nice, especially if kids use this at home with their parents, because this is a great way for parents to be able to see if their kid is improving or if they need to get them additional help. It tells you the grade level progression. So I took 6 quizzes total, but as you can tell, I got a few right, and then I purposely got a bunch wrong, so I went down a grade level, and then I went back up a grade level because I was answering them correctly again. The Lexile progression, I don't think any students will be this up and down, but it is interesting to see, especially because some articles can be tricky and stump students with their questions, so it's kind of a good, like a helping hint of what students can and can't answer. And then individually, just like the class, it showed you the class averages from the ELA Common Core standards, but this is just my individual stats of it, which is nice. So you can see it as the teacher, the whole class, but they can see it just themselves, which is really nice, I think. Especially so students don't start comparing themselves to other students, which is good. And the last thing, this is good because you can do, you can have multiple teachers using this website, and your progress automatically gets sent to your teacher. This was the written response section I was telling you about in the teacher part. You can either go back and delete your answer or just wait for it to get graded. Mine are pending because I didn't grade it on the teacher side. And then the last thing was the quiz history. So when I took the quizzes, what grade level they were, what my score was for those quizzes, how many points I earned. So some of them were more points than others just because they were longer, more detailed questions. And then how well I did, if I went up or down. And then you can click on them and see how you did, which is cool because then you can go back and see like why you got it wrong or what maybe you need to work on. So that's my website. It's called Read Theory. It's free. I think it's helpful for both parents and teachers, especially who can't maybe help their students or children as much as they'd like to. So this is like a great website for them to almost like get free help for their child. Yeah, overall I think it's great, and I will probably be using it in the future. Thank you.